Is Dubai really the best place for expats in the Middle East? It might have been the golden city once, but rising prices, packed roads, and visa headaches are sending people packing. If you've felt the squeeze in Dubai, you're not the only one. Luckily, there are underrated cities nearby, offering a better balance, lower costs, and yes, actual peace and quiet. Here are 10 of them. City 1. Let's start with Muscat in Oman. This city offers a completely different pace. No mega malls, no traffic chaos, just calm streets, dramatic cliffs, and clear beaches. Oman consistently ranks as one of the safest countries in the Middle East. In fact, the Global Peace Index placed it in the top 3 in the region in 2024. Muscat's infrastructure is modern and reliable, roads are clean, healthcare is solid, and while it's not as flashy as Dubai, it's a much more relaxed place to live. Professionals with jobs in education, oil, or logistics are welcome. There's also a family visa option for those with relatives in the country. The cost of living is about 30% lower than Dubai, with rent for a one-bedroom apartment averaging around $500 to $700 a month, depending on location. City 2. Now to Manama, the capital of Bahrain. If you want to keep the city feel but with less pressure, this might be your sweet spot. Bahrain has no personal income tax, solid public hospitals, and some of the region's most liberal social norms. You'll find alcohol available in restaurants, mixed-gender beaches, and an easygoing lifestyle that's rare for the Gulf. English is widely spoken, and the country has long been a base for multinational companies and NGOs. Expats make up over half the population, which shows just how comfortable and welcoming this small island nation really is. Digital nomads can enter on tourist visas and usually find it easy to transition into longer stays with employment or business visas. Monthly rent in Manama can fall below $600 outside the city center, while meals out and transport remain much cheaper than in Dubai. City 3. Doha, in Qatar, is a city that's been rapidly reinventing itself. Since hosting the World Cup in 2022, Doha has leaned hard into culture, infrastructure, and tourism. Museums like the National Museum of Qatar and the newly opened art mill are making headlines. There's a sharp increase in remote-friendly cafes, art events, and public parks. But the best part is job growth. Education, finance, and construction are booming in 2025. Qatar still doesn't have a formal digital nomad visa, but those with company sponsorship or real estate investments can stay long-term. Expats praise the modern metro, strong safety, and clean beaches. Compared to Dubai, Doha feels more polished than rushed, and monthly living costs can be up to 20% cheaper, especially outside the tourist zones. City 4. Amman, in Jordan, isn't a polished Gulf capital, but it has depth, history, and a growing creative scene. The city is built on hills and packed with cafes, startups, and historic landmarks. Expats working in NGOs, development, and tech call it home, and the freelance scene is rising. Amman's healthcare is considered among the best in the Arab world, and private services are affordable. For those looking to invest or work, Jordan's government offers various residency options. While the cost of imported goods can be high, rent is manageable, averaging $400 to $600 per month for a decent apartment in the city center. City 5. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia's capital, is in the middle of a complete transformation. 5 years ago, few expats would have considered it unless they were on corporate contracts. But now the kingdom is opening fast. The Saudi Vision 2030 plan has introduced new tourist visas, relaxed rules for events, and a huge list of mega projects like Neom and Chidia. The job market is expanding, especially in tech, education, and construction. Yes, the culture is still conservative, but there are now music festivals, cinemas, and more public events than ever before. English is spoken widely in business and education, and expats are finding new housing options in clean, secure compounds. Salaries are often tax-free, and companies usually cover accommodation. Daily life is stricter than Dubai, but the financial perks and rapid development are bringing in more long-term foreigners. City 6. If Riyadh sounds a bit too structured, Jeddah might be more your speed. Set on the Red Sea coast, this port city mixes history with a relaxed seaside atmosphere. It's more open than the capital, with an arts scene that's gaining international attention. Al-Balad, the UNESCO-listed old town, is being restored. New cafes and co-working spots are opening along the Corniche. Jeddah is also a key city in the Saudi tourism push, which means more infrastructure and more relaxed entry paths. The city continues to attract young professionals and freelancers, especially in media and creative industries. The pace is slower than in Dubai, but the quality of life is climbing fast, especially for those who enjoy water sports or coastal living. City 7. One of the most surprising entries on this list is Erbil in Iraq's Kurdistan region. Don't let the headlines about Iraq fool you. Erbil is different. It's semi-autonomous, politically stable, and considered safe for expats. The expat population here includes teachers, aid workers, oil professionals, and digital freelancers. The cost of living is low. Rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in the city center can be under $500. The city is walkable in parts, and the local people are known for being welcoming. Healthcare is growing, with both public and private options. There's no formal digital nomad visa, but the KRG issues work and residency permits through local employers and organizations. City 8, Beirut, Lebanon, continues to draw expats even after years of crisis. It's not the easiest city to live in right now, with rolling blackouts and currency issues, but the energy here is unmatched. Beirut still feels like a European-Arab fusion, with strong art, food, and nightlife scenes. English and French are spoken almost everywhere. Freelancers and remote workers often base themselves here for short to medium stays, and many Lebanese expats are returning to rebuild. The cost of living depends heavily on the exchange rate, but rent remains low by regional standards. In 2025, co-working spaces and creative collectives are still going strong despite economic challenges. It's not for everyone, but for the bold, Beirut offers a real sense of community and purpose. City 9. Far south in Oman is Salalah, a lush coastal city that breaks every Middle East stereotype. Between June and September, monsoon rains turn the landscape green, with misty hills and waterfalls drawing in travelers from across the Gulf. But even outside the Kharif season, Salalah is calm, clean, and deeply peaceful. It's a favorite among retirees, remote workers, and nature lovers. The cost of living is very low, and rental homes by the sea are still affordable, averaging around $200 to $500 a month. The local culture is warm and welcoming. There's less nightlife, but the trade-off is real serenity and ocean air instead of concrete and construction noise. City 10. Aqaba, in Jordan, is a Red Sea resort town that's slowly becoming an expat favorite. Known for its diving spots, mild winters, and modern housing, Aqaba is also a designated special economic zone. That means lower taxes, fewer import duties, and more relaxed business rules. The city is walkable, cleaner than Amman, and still off the radar for most tourists. Expats working in tourism, education, or remote jobs settle here for the sea views and relaxed lifestyle. The rental prices are reasonable, and high-speed internet is widely available, making it a quiet but practical choice for long stays. Dubai might still shine, but these cities offer something it can't: balance. Lower costs, more breathing room, and fresh opportunities. Whether you're after nature, culture, or a tax break, the Middle East has more options than ever for those willing to look beyond the obvious. Which of these cities would you move to over Dubai? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there.